Hey y'all, and welcome back to Landing Creek Farm. Alright y'all, we've made it out to the farm. We're going to do our chores. It's hot outside. It's midday. It's around, I guess, about 2 o'clock. We're just now getting out to the farm to do the chores. I wanted to show you what a kind of a typical day is. There's some things that we've done earlier this week, like filling our big water tanks and stuff like that we're not going to have to do today. But we're going to walk through and just show you kind of what our chores are, what my everyday chores are. First thing we're going to do is come into the rabbitry and make sure everybody is alive. That sounds crazy. But we have been having high temperatures, high heat. It's a little bit cooler today, but because of that, we need to make sure that nobody died throughout the evening, throughout the night. We do try to keep everybody cool, but when we're gone at work and stuff, obviously, we can't do that. So we're checking on everybody, making sure everybody's good, everybody's alive. We've got, look at that. He just flipped over on his belly. Oh, you relaxing, buddy. It's a little bit cooler today, guys. Thank God. But we've got Mr. Dallas over here. He's doing good. And then we need to check on May. May has just newborn babies. They're just about a week old. And everybody's squiggling and wiggling. So everybody's alive here. All right, now that we've checked on everybody being alive, we need to go ahead and feed the rabbits. And get their water. First, I'm going to go ahead, if you've noticed, we have water bottles in here. We need to go into the garage, get in the deep freeze, and go ahead and pull out our fresh water, our frozen water bottles, along with our big bucket of ice to chip up and give to all the animals. That way they can stay cool. Now, guys, it's probably, I'm going to say around 80 today, somewhere in there, but we've been running in the high 90s. Sorry for the dark. We've been running in the high 90s, and it feeling like over that. I think the forecast yesterday was like, the real feel was like 110 degrees. So we're running pretty hot, and we got to keep our animals good and cool. 80 degrees, guys, to be honest, today feels really nice. Feels really nice. We were supposed to get rain last night. We haven't had rain in over a week. Well, maybe 2 weeks. Maybe this is the third week, going on the third week. We were supposed to get rain last night. I don't believe we got any at our house, but it looks like we maybe did get a little bit of rain here at the farm. It feels cooler here. So anyways, here's our deep freeze. Let's go ahead and get everything out that we need. It's going to be dark, sorry. So first I've got, our frozen ceramic tiles. I put these in the freezer. I don't know if you can see it or not, but they have ice chunks on them. Probably can't see it, but they're frozen. Next, we're going to grab our wash tub out. It's got water in it. It's been froze overnight. Can't tip it over, it'll fall out. And we've got our water bottles. Let's go take it to the rabbits and everything else. Okay, I've got a video coming out. I don't know if this one will come out after. It probably will. Let me see. Get y'all on better lighting here. We use frozen water bottles, frozen tiles, and I've started using cracked ice when it's been really hot. Now, I like pop bottles better than water bottles. Pop bottles are a little bit thicker. They last a bit longer than these water bottles. Water bottles are thin. They want to chew through them. They play with them and things like that. The babies chew on them. Never had anybody eat it, but they've just popped holes in them, and then, of course, it leaks out once it's off. But anywho, let's go switch out our water and our tiles for the rabbits. I pull the old water bottles out, the old tiles out. I'm going to break these today. Put a fresh tile in. If you've noticed, it's a lot louder now too because I've turned the fan on. I do not run the fan in the barn during the times that we are not here. That is for fire reasons. I don't want to cause a fire. Electricity in barns is dangerous, and so we try to keep it down to a minimum. Boise's cage gets 2 tiles because she's got more babies in there. It's a little more crowded in there. Okay, you all seen how I pulled the water bottles out? I go ahead and replace them. I have this nifty L8 container here, and so as I put the new ones in, I can take the old ones and put them in the container. So he gets, well, I've got some water bottles. He's my bottle chewer, and so I do like to give him pop bottles. But I have to give the bigger ones to the girls that have babies. So today he's getting a water bottle. He'll probably chew through it. That's okay. I try to keep as many of these on hand. I collect them. When I see them. And so that way I can have extra. I usually have anywhere around 6 to 8 in the freezer. I like to have 12, but depends on how many they chew and how many I can replace in that time. So we do the frozen water bottles. We give them to everybody as well with the frozen tiles. The tiles are obviously going to thaw a lot quicker, but they do lay on the tiles even if they are not frozen because it's cooler. It cools them off a little bit just like any ceramic tile would in the house or anything like that. So I'm going to go ahead and give everybody the water bottle, and then I'll show you how we do the ice. The rabbits are not appreciating how slow I'm being having to do the filming. They're ready to eat. But I want to go ahead and get the ice and everything done because obviously the ice is going to thaw out. We're going to lose the ice a lot faster than they have to wait for feed. So we use these wash tubs. It takes about 24 hours for it to freeze. I fill it up and then I bust it. You can find these cheap. You can get these at the Walmart for just a couple dollars, probably less than that. You could probably get these at the dollar store as well. And the ice pops out fairly easy. Just like that, you can hit the bottom and it'll come out. But I'm going to bust it inside the thing. You missed the finale there. I just busted that ice up. Thought I was recording. It wasn't. I give the ice to everybody. I give it to the dogs. I give it to the chickens. Koa's waiting on it right now. I give it to the rabbits. I find that giving the rabbits big chunks, if it's really hot outside, it'll keep them more hydrated. They're more likely to drink like this than they are to get in the water. So we make sure that we give everybody fresh water every day, but we do like to give these ice cubes as well. Everybody's getting antsy, so I'm not going to record it all, but I'm going to go ahead and get everybody done, and then we'll move to feeding next. Now that I've got the ice evenly distributed and I'm wet, which feels really good in this heat, I'm going to fill up this thing and we'll go ahead and feed the rabbits. For my rabbit people out there, my rabbit friends, are you all having a hard time getting a hold of rabbit feed? It has been awful trying to keep feed or to buy feed around here. The last batch of feed I bought, I had to buy Producer's Pride, and I was buying, I can't remember the brand of food right off the top of my head. I can't remember. I was buying it at our local feed store, and then they never had it when I needed it, and so the rabbits went a long time without any feed, and I was just giving them hay, but it was getting into the hotter season, and I didn't want to give them hay anymore because I knew it would make them hot, and so they had been so long off of that regular feed that I went ahead and went to the Tractor Supply, our local Tractor Supply, and bought Producer's Pride because that was literally all they had in the store. They only had one bag. We bought the Producer's Pride. I'm done running low, and I went to the Tractor Supply the other day to grab some, and they had none. And they had one bag of two. They had like one bag of one brand and another bag of another brand, but I don't want to switch the rabbits, and I don't want to take a long period off of the certain feed, whatever I'm using. And I thought, well, I'll go with the Producer's Pride. They'll keep it in stock. They don't. And I'm having a hard time keeping feed. Even if I went in to buy extra, a lot of times they don't even have extra for me to buy. So it's been really hard. I don't know if it's just local to me problem or if it's local everywhere. But leave a comment and let me know if you're having the same issue as I am. It's so funny because these rabbits, these babies are Beth's babies. They're Beth's and Mainly's babies, and they are so wild compared to Boise's. So they're just rambunctious. What's funny is that I know it's a mom thing because Boise is raising 3 or 4 of Beth's babies in her cage, and they're not as wild as Beth's babies in this cage. And so it's not a fact that they come out of her. It's just the fact that she raised rambunctious babies. But she's always been rambunctious. She's always been my favorite too. So don't tell anybody else. But I'll show you these babies over here too. Lakin thought it was funny that I said don't tell anyone else that she's my favorite. Other people think it's funny too, but I don't know if rabbits can tell that you pick favorites, but I feel like they can, so I don't know. I definitely have my favorites though. Back out. Back out.
I think everybody knows best out. She's like the sweet.
This tells you how hot it's been, because over the last couple days they've not even been rushing to feed where it's been so hot. I'm spilling feed everywhere. That's poop, by the way. That's not feed. They've not even been rushing to feed because it's been so hot. But now they're actually wanting to feed today. I'm going to go ahead and feed May and Dallas and Manly, and then we'll turn the camera back on. It's funny because used to, I would feed the goats. Then while the goats were distracted, I would feed the chickens, and then I would come in and feed the rabbits. But it's changed so much just in the last year. It's funny how much things have changed in just such a quick time. But we're gonna go ahead and get to the chickens now. I don't know how many I've got out there. Sadly, if you have been following along for a long time, we lost Miss Tiger Lily to old age the other day. We were having a rough week. For those of you that didn't know, we had just one thing after another happen. Our washer broke down. Our dog got severely injured. He's doing better now if anybody wants an update on that. Lakin got a rash from head to toe, and then we came out to the farm, and Miss Tiger Lily had passed away. And so it's sad to see her go. She was a favorite around the farm. Everybody loved her. And so it was really sad. She's one of the originals, but she sadly passed away, last week? I think it was last week. But it's funny how things have changed, and how just the life cycle of the farm goes. Everything continues. It never stops. It just goes in a circle. But let's go out there and feed them. I got to get their feed together, so y'all can roll with me as we do that. Actually, I take that back. I just lied to you all. I forgot that I haven't filled the rabbit waters. You can tell that I haven't done like a vlog style video in a while. And I'm forgetting things. I'm going to go ahead and water the rabbits. They've got ice and stuff in there, but we'll go ahead and get them watered, and then we'll move on to the chickens. Okay, so I use this dog food bowl. If you haven't noticed, we use these a lot on the farm. We use them for water. We use them for feed. We use them for all kinds of things. I do 1 scoop of layer pellets, and I do 1 scoop of crushed corn. Let me grab the crushed corn. Or not crushed corn, whole corn, I'm sorry. And that's enough to feed about all the big stocks are out there. She's just late. All the big stocks that are out there, and then some of the ones that wander in to eat with my big stocks. I don't know, it's about 30-ish that come on my side to eat. We have this farm split up into different chicken pens. 1, 2, 3. We have 3 chicken pens. On my side, some of the younger exotics, the pullets, and the roos stay over there. And then, of course, my big stocks stay over there because that's where they lay. So let's feed them, y'all. Wow. It's time to get the eggs, and then we'll feed the dogs. As you can imagine, it's been hot, and so we haven't been getting as many eggs. But let's check the laying room out and see what all we get. Six eggs. That's not too bad. I'm pretty thankful for what we get on these hot days. Also, they're getting ready to start molting. They are molting a little bit, and so, you know, you get what you get and you don't throw a fit. It's time to feed Katie and Koa. Come on. I don't think Andy realizes how loud he's talking and how everybody can hear his conversation, so I hope you all enjoy a good coon dog conversation, because that's what he be talking about. All right, guys, we got the eggs, we got the chickens fed, we got the dog fed. Now it's water the chicken time. I checked their waters. They still look pretty fresh. I put ice in them, so we're just going to top everybody off. All right, guys. So as you all can tell, and as you all know, Miss Katie is in with our big stock chickens. She's in charge of the big stock chickens. Koa has access to it, but I go ahead and fill the. I've got 4 waters in there for the chickens. I've got one at this gate, one over there where the chickens are standing over by Katie's food. I've got one right there, and then one inside of the cage. That keeps all the chickens watered, all the baby chicks that are running through, and of course it keeps the dogs in water as well. We also have waters in this other cage that the chickens can run through, and the chicken cage, the chicken lot, the second chicken lot, and then out in the big chicken lot, there is 3 big, large, there's a 5-gallon bucket, and then 2 3-gallon buckets of water out there that the dogs have access to along with the chickens. So we keep everybody in fresh, clean water every day. We keep it good and cool. We put it in the shade for them. This one's not as much in the shade, but it is their favorite spot. I try to put it behind this post here. That way the water stays cool for them. And to be honest, it does stay cool compared to some of the ones that I used to have down here. So we're going to go ahead and fill these up. Y'all have seen waters filled up before, so we're not going to waste too much time on it. That one only needed about 4 ounces of water. Now, I talked about feeding hay earlier, and typically if it wasn't hot, I would go ahead and give my rabbits hay. But I'm finding, especially in these hotter months, they don't eat as much. Now, the mama pens, they eat a little bit more because I got a little more babies, but even that, they're not finishing their feed off most of the time. So I'm not going to give anybody hay because that will heat up their system, make them more hot. As you can see, their water is topped off and filled. It's got little drops on the side of it. It's good and fresh. They've got water bottles, and they've got tiles. I'm checking all the cages with you all so I can make sure everything's done. Tile, ice, water bottle, feed. His water's good. Their water's good. They got ice. All the feeders are full. Water, ice, water bottle, everything. As you can see, he's laying on his tile. Miss May is laying on her tile as well. The babies are in there, but they don't need anything right now. They're too small. We're going to go ahead and take these water bottles out. And I need to grab the tiles as well, but I don't have enough hands for that. We'll take them to the freezer. Don't worry if you've seen the hammer, I grabbed it, as you can tell. Cole grabbed a hold of it when he was a puppy and gnawed the end off of it. We gotta make sure we don't leave nothing out there like that, because he doesn't do it. He doesn't really do it as much now, but we definitely don't want to give it a chance. All right, we're gonna grab a water jug. I went ahead and took them waters and tiles to the fridge. Y'all missed that because fortunately I don't have 3 arms. But we're gonna go ahead and grab this milk jug, fill it up, and then we'll fill that bowl up in the freezer. I want to say too, I told you all that we filled these up, guys. We've been keeping these tubs in fresh, clean water, cool water. We've been topping them off. As you can see, they're topped off today. We topped them off yesterday. I'll slide y'all down so you can see something. We've been keeping them in fresh water. Fresh, clean, cool water. The rabbits need it. The dogs need it. The chickens need it. It's more work. Well, it's just as much work in the wintertime keeping all the waters as it is in the summertime. But it's so important for the health of your animal that you keep them in cool, clean water in the summertime, especially rabbits, because rabbits can die very quickly from heat stroke. They die all the time in the summertime from heat stroke. From people that don't know, and from people that didn't take all the steps they needed to keep the rabbits cool. And even if you do take all the steps needed, sometimes they even pass away then. But guys, I'm out of breath. It's so hot and humid. Sucks your breath away. But even then, you got to work really hard to keep them. And so you've seen all the things I had to do when we first got here, just to ensure. There we go, that's better. Just to ensure that the rabbits stay alive. Let's turn the light on. That helps a little bit, don't it? We're going to go ahead and fill this all the way to the tippy top. I don't know anybody in the farming world that said, man, I wish I didn't have an extra deep freeze. This deep freeze comes in so handy. We use it for everything. And it's so nice to have an extra deep freeze. If you can afford an extra deep freeze, if you can check on your trading posts or your local marketplaces and stuff like that to see if you can find an extra deep freeze that's in good working to get condition for a cheap price, I definitely recommend it. I got that filled. Yeah, it's close enough. I'm going to go ahead and we'll go ahead and shut the barn down. I'll show you how we do that before we go. If there's one thing that I've learned, and that you learn very quickly when you become a farmer, it's how to close gates, how to lock gates, how to keep things closed, how to double check, how to question yourself and in double checking that you closed and locked things. I don't leave the farm without checking my rabbit hutches at least 2 to 3 times, and then even questioning whether they're locked or not. So we're going to go ahead, check cages. These ones, you got to make sure you get the top and bottom. She's locked. He's locked. He's locked, and now I have video evidence. This ain't even got nothing in it, and I'm checking it just out of habit. Now I've got video evidence that I did it, so maybe I won't question myself so much. All right, guys, so I told you in the beginning when we were talking about having a fan for the rabbits, we take the fan out, or we turn the fan off when we're not here. And that's to prevent electrical fire or anything like that. Guys, anything can happen. People lose their animals all the time to barn fires. And so it's not worth it. Would I like to have the fan running 24/7? Yeah, but we're not here 24/7. And so I'm going to go ahead and unplug the fan, turn the fan so it doesn't get wet. If we get rain, guys, we're pretty much in a drought now. The grass is turning brown. So anyways, we're going to go ahead and unplug this. I'll turn the fan around, and then we'll go ahead and check for gates. Okay, so fan's off. Check. Now we used to have to check this gate, but it stays open 24/7 because we have this gate. This gate is locked. Check. Now we're going to go through. We're going to walk through here, make sure everybody has everything they need. I've done checked. I made sure that Koa's got food. He's got plenty of food before we go. Now this gate has 2 locks. So, 1 lock, 2 locks. 2 locks. That was for when we had horses. Horses are smart. They know how to unlock things. Next, we're going to check our light. This is our light. It says do not turn off. Y'all can't see it. That's for wintertime. Because we have things attached to it. Okay. This is... I'm not going to fool with the eggs today. Well, I need to fill my egg carton, guys, before we go. Y'all don't mind all the trash in the back. I try to keep this place clean, but I can't. Looks like we got a full carton and 3 eggs left. We need to grab another carton. Give me just a second. Okay. I usually sell, I sell 1.5 dozen of eggs a week. We usually go through all of our eggs. Eggs don't go to waste. If any is extra, I go ahead and throw them in the incubator. I've got chicks hatching today out of eggs. I'm going to leave these here for tomorrow because I've got 2 dozen at the house. And like I said, I do sell 18 throughout the week. And what I give to my people, and we still get plenty of eggs, even at like 6 eggs a day. I'm doing pretty good. We're going to go ahead and lock this gate. Everything is off. See, I'm done questioning whether I've turned off the lights and locked it. Lock, lights off. This door's tricky. Fun fact, my husband put that door in when he was, I don't know, around 20? Before me and him got together. Let's see. Now I need to go make sure that I close the freezer door. Did I close the freezer door? Did you all see me close it? I don't know. Let's check. Lights off. Freezer door is closed. Does anybody question themselves that much? Alright, we're going to check out the garden before we go. Make sure there is nothing that needs picked. We still haven't got quite yet tomatoes ready to pick. Now, we did pick some green tomatoes, though. And we had fried green tomatoes. And they were delicious. But we got some beans that are coming on that's needing picked here soon. We've got tomatoes. Well, I noticed a tomato yesterday that was turning red. It's not quite ready yet. Guys, the garden's feeling the drought. We're still standing strong. We haven't watered yet. Looky there. Can you all see? I don't know if you can. Can you see it? We've got orange tomatoes coming on. There's 3 in a row. It's got tomatoes on it. Now, I've got some cucumbers that are coming on too, but they're not ready. Our tenderette beans, our bush bean types are coming on. Oh, I'm out of breath. Our string beans are doing good. Not quite ready to pick a mess yet. And I believe that's it. That's all I needed to check. Make sure everything's standing and still alive. And I'll show you our baby cucumbers. All right, let's see. These are the Deichner. Looky there, looky there. Can you see them? I'll show you the tomatoes too. I just zoomed right past them. That wasn't fair to you all, was it? Oh, I gotta show you all this first. Let me show you this first. I was so excited until I noticed something ate the bloom off. The bloom's gone. Will it something has eat that. Will that still survive? Somebody let me know. Oh man, don't that just get your gizzard? Looky there. Let's walk you up. Look. There's papers all through there, y'all. Alright, let's see. Those are my Amish paste, and guys, I'm pleasantly surprised with the size of those Amish paste. They are gorgeous, big and huge. Alright, let's get to these. So, there's one. It's got rot on it. That's fun. Can you see it? There we go. Blossom and rot. There we go. Down there. Well, guys, that's typical gardening for you. I showed the good and the bad right there. Got some with blossom and rot. Look. I got some. Let's see if you can see it. That's got a split that's healed down it. That's from overwatering or lack of watering. Spring, we got overwater. Now we're in a drought. So, you know, things are turning yellow. But that's okay. It's got to rain sometime. We could come out here and water, but it's just been so hot. Even in the morning and the evening, that we haven't come out here and water. Guys, we've been praying for rain. The forecast has been telling us that we were going to have rain, and we never did. But got some tassel coming out in that. See it? Not quite yet. But guys, this corn, look at that. That's beautiful. I'm in love. We're just in. We're just in this video in the corn. It's sheer beauty. Just wanted to show you all. Well, guys, I appreciate y'all watching. I appreciate y'all hanging out. Hopefully you got a little sneak peek of our quick chore method when we got places to go in the evening. But guys, I appreciate it. I hope you all have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for the support, especially since if you've made it to the end of this video, you all are just amazing. Bye, guys. God bless y'all. We'll see you later. Bye.